Welcome to Action Coaching. We're certainly delighted that you join us on today because we believe that God has some special coaching tips for you. Remember, the goal of Action Coaching is to coach the best out of you so that you can live your best life now. Nobody makes it without a coach. Nobody makes it without a mentor or a leader or someone to help them evolve and develop completely in life. Not that anybody's trying to make you exactly like them. That's not the case. It is simply you need someone to guide you so that you can maximize the full potential that you have. None of us are alike. For all of us have different gifts and talents and different means of operation and different things that we will endeavor to do. That's what makes life so wonderful. So this week on Action Coaching, I'm going to talk about the process. I know that is not one of those glorious words. That's not one of those words that people want to really hear, because you got a lot of people in the time that we're living in, they want to skip over the process and just go straight to the glory stage. I remember I've experienced this even in ministry. Sometimes you can have other ministers that say they're called by God, and it's not that I'm saying that God don't call individuals to the ministry, but they want to go straight from the call to the stage. They want to go straight from the call to being wonderful and everybody know everything about them. They don't even want to listen to you who instructed them. They just want to bypass you because all of a sudden they start telling the leader or the mentor how the ministry should operate. Now I get it. A lot of people say things because it's easy to think you got knowledge from the cheap seats. That's amazing, because so many times when you don't know what it takes behind the scene, it's easy to sit in the cheap seats and say, well, why do that? Why'd she do that? Why did she mess this up? Or why didn't she know this? Or why didn't she know that? Because you don't know the process that goes on behind the scene. I can assure you that a lot of things people enjoy in life, if they knew the process behind those things that they enjoy, then they probably would look at it differently. I mean, a lot of us drive automobiles, but you ever wonder how many people had to work hours to put that particular car together so that you can drive it, to make sure the brakes are in the proper place, the different electrical things that are on the car work and they're in the proper place, and on like that. So in order to be successful or achieve anything in life, you got to start with the process. I had a great swimming teacher when I was going to the Boys Club. Yeah, shout out to the Boys Club. My daddy worked at the Boys Club, and of course, as a result of him working at the Boys Club, then he would take me and my brother most of the days to the Boys Club, or it was a good way of taking us to work with him. In the Boys Club, that was where I learned how to swim, and I had an amazing swimming instructor, one of the best men I have ever met, Mr. Eugene Thomas. And his job was, he was teaching young men how to swim. And so we all get around the swimming pool and we just wanted to just jump right in and kind of learn as you go. But I never will forget that all the time he was teaching us to swim, I turned out to be one of the better swimmers of all of the guys that were with me that were learning to swim at that time. And he told me that I could actually be a great swimmer, that I could potentially get a swimming scholarship to go to college And not only that, I swam so well, I get a summer job as a lifeguard. And those of you who don't know what a lifeguard is, those are the people that sit on the side with the whistle and watch the pool to make sure all of the non-swimmers don't get themselves in a particular predicament that we have to come out there and save you from drowning. But nevertheless, he told me that, hey, you got great talent swimming. And I was like, now, can we do it in one day? Or can we learn it in a few hours? And if we can do it then, I don't mind doing all those things you said that you told me I could do with swimming. Same thing people have in life. They want about a 10-minute course to do something that done took 4 or 5 years for a person to learn. They want to maybe type up something and tell it to people and expect people to react just because you typed it out. The bottom line is he kept saying, no, you got to learn to embrace and love the process. He said the first thing you got to do, I'll say it to you again, is embrace and love the process. Now, I was younger and didn't quite understand what he was saying. I said, well, okay, I'm going to embrace and love the process. He said, that's good. I'm going to see if you're really going to embrace it and love the process. And he began to take me and make me swim maybe 50 laps up and down the pool every day. And I was getting tired. I didn't know embracing and accepting the process was going to be all of this. He said, oh, now go on, do these 50 laps 50 times up and down the pool. And we did that for weeks and weeks. And then just when I thought I had conquered swimming all that far, then he would put something heavy in my hands and say, you got to go up and down the pool 50 times and that. And the bottom line was, all of that was very difficult, very stressful. And sometimes doing all of those swimming exercises, I didn't really know if I was called for swimming then. I thought about if it's going to be this hard, I'm going to give swimming up. I'm saying that to say a lot of people think they want something in life, and if it don't come easy, chances are they're going to give it up. They want to be successful, they just don't like the long hours. They want to be successful, but they just don't like having to let some people go that will hinder your success. They want to be excellent, but they don't want to do the things that are excellent. They want to be the TikTok star or the Facebook star or whatever star, but they don't want to put in the work that it takes to be at that level. What I'm saying here is that everything that's appealing to you or successful in life or great in life, it all started with people learning to embrace the process. There are things you got to go through, not bad things. They just simply making you better for the ultimate thing that you're going to achieve. Many times, even if you look at the scripture, there's nobody just dropped out of their mother's womb a great man or woman of God. There were processes they had to go through. And as you enjoy civilization now, some of the things we're enjoying today, those are processes that are just coming to pass. Whereas we can drive these nice cars, fly on these nice planes, and all of the things we may do, but our parents or our grandparents didn't even know what it was like to go out there and fly on a plane, or let alone have a nice car. But through the things that they were going through, teaching us, putting it in place, We are the result of a very long process. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Welcome to Word in Action Fall Festival, Action Creativity.
It's close to midnight, and something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. As horror looks you right between the eyes, you're paralyzed. 'Cause this is thriller, thriller night, and no one's gonna save you. Enemy is about to strike. You know it's thriller, thriller night. You're fighting for your life instead of killer, thriller tonight. You hear the door slam and realize there's no one left around. You feel a cold hand and wonder if you'll ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination. But all the while, you hear the creature creeping up behind. You're out of time, 'cause this is thriller, thriller night. There ain't no second chance against a thing with 40 eyes.
Welcome back. I've been talking about on Action Coaching about embracing the process. Now, all of the things that you see that are wonderful in life, they went through a process. People can tell you certain things like, you got a great marriage. Look like you and your wife get along so well. That's been a process. Or you have great kids. They didn't just come out great kids. It was a process. But in any of these things, you have to teach people, kids, that the process is a part of it. You want to enjoy the success? Learn how to enjoy the process. Because if the right process is put in place, we ain't got to worry about the product. A lot of times now, since people don't like the process, they always need somebody to motivate them. It's almost like if you're going to exercise or you're going to develop your body in a certain way, well then you need somebody to wake you up, tell you to keep going, tell you don't quit right now, wake you up the next day, tell you to keep going, tell you to quit, don't quit right now. No, that's a person that's trying to skip the process, because anybody that embraces the process, they're going to get up. They're going to be ready to go. They just simply need somebody to keep increasing the levels on them so that the process can evolve into the great things that you want it to be. You found out that even in some of the highly skilled jobs that people work in our society, they didn't just graduate from high school and walk right into those highly skilled jobs. I don't know nobody graduated from high school and just walked in and said, I'm going to be a brain surgeon. Oh no, well, if a person did that, I sure wouldn't want them doing anything with my brain. But however, they had to go through further education. 4 and 8 and 10 more years worth of education before they can even get to the place that they could do surgery on a person's brain. And on top of that, even when they get to that particular point, they still have people at even a higher level looking over their shoulder, making sure that they catch everything, or making sure that they can even evolve and develop even the more. So what I'm saying is, it's time to embrace the process. I know that technology these days have made things where we can get to them quickly. If it's a radio station, one click of the button. If it's a word, one click of the button. We don't even have to read a map to figure out where we're going down. We can just hit the phone, and the phone will talk us through those particular things. And I understand that those are great things that have been achieved through a long road of process. But however, life is not like that. If you're going to achieve great things in life, there are certain processes you got to go through. There are certain things that you're going to have to do over and over and over again until you learn the process. That's why when you see athletes or big business, it's amazing how if you join the team, there's certain things they got to take you through day in and day out till you get them. This is the exit door. This is this. This is, well, you need to know about this. And most people don't like to embrace the process. But when you embrace the process, trust me, the final product is going to be great. Anybody that we marvel over how they do these amazing things, we need to marvel over the process that they went through. Many people don't want to learn your backstory. They just want to jump right up to the front right now. It's amazing when I started in ministry that, I'm thinking, since I say I'm a preacher, there's a whole lot of people gonna come. I just thought it was gonna be that easy. Just because now, I say I'm called of God. God gave me a message. And surely it was gonna be a whole lot of people there. Well, I found out a couple of things. Number one, it wasn't a whole lot of people there. And number two, I wasn't ready for a whole lot of people to be there. There were some processes I had to go through before I could become the person that I am. I had to learn how to preach to myself when nobody was sitting there before I was ready to preach to a whole lot of people. I had to learn to be consistent myself, show up on time, do the things I'm supposed to do. Now I'm doing these things and there's nobody there. But I was putting the routine in when there was nobody there. It was a process. And so when people started to come, the process was already in place because I had went through all of the things that were necessary to get us started. So it is a process. And I found out in life it's a process before you can do anything. There are certain things you have to go through. I know people want to skip the process, but the process is necessary. It's time for us to embrace the process. You want something great? You want to build something great? You want to do something great? Well, I got news for you. It ain't going to be great the first time. But if you keep at it, if you keep doing it, and the process will begin to strengthen you. And when you got enough processing in, the product is going to be just fine. How many people have you heard about? They got great inventions, or great songs, or great careers. But when you find out they've been working 25 or 30 years just to get to this point, and you think you're going to come in and just skip the process and move right to greatness, it's not going to happen. Here's what I want to do on today. I want to encourage you that any vision or any dream that you have, the first thing you need to do is do research on it and find out exactly what it's going to take for you to get to where you're supposed to be. Don't look for all of the things you think you can run around or skip over, but you need to look up at the exact things that's going to take, the process, so to speak. It's kind of like, of course, when we first had kids, and then finally Christmas came around and they were big enough to have toys. Well, I was the type of person, I would go get the toy. Quite sure a lot of parents going through this. Bring the toy home, the day before Christmas, want to put the toy together so they'd be ready for them in the morning. And I felt like I could look at the box. So I look at the box, I see how this bicycle's supposed to look. And lo and behold, I said, I don't need to read all these instructions. I know how it's supposed to look. Well, I'm here to tell you that if I'd have read the instructions, it probably would have took me about a good hour to put the bike together. But since I skipped the process stage of it, there I was a couple hours later still putting the bike together, and I used the age-old excuse. There was some screws left. First thing I said, they must put too many screws in this box for this bike. No, the thing of it is that I did not read the instructions, and it would have been much easier. I'm saying to you on today, go through the process. Embrace it. Love it. Because when you become the product, you're going to be ever so thankful that you're strong enough to rejoice in what you have accomplished. There used to be a commercial years ago that lets us know that the process is necessary first before the product can be one of the example. Don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. Welcome back. Certainly we thank God for God giving us that revelation on the process on today. And I know that many of you are saying, yes, I need to embrace the process if I want to be a good product. And that's the thing about it. You got to love the process. Nowadays, you can't hardly teach and train people because they want to skip that and just move right on to the top. But however, those that take the time to embrace the process, they're usually some of the most successful people you ever seen. And certainly we thank God for that. I certainly want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. It is coaching sessions like this that many people need. And through your financial gift of sowing to Action Coaching, it allows us to grow bigger and better with Action Coaching so that so many people can experience great coaching like this so that they can evolve into bigger and better things in their life. So I want to challenge you to sow a generous seed faith offering on today. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to sow unto Action Coaching. And I'm certainly thankful to God that you are going to sow a generous seed faith offering on today so that we can continue expanding action coaching. And it is my prayer that God bless you 100-fold as a result of the seeds you sown on today, because you've given unto his kingdom, and his kingdom is going to give back to you. God bless you. Certainly enjoy sharing with you on today. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.